So we're live.
We're live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Nerdy Up North podcast. It's a nerdy podcast hosted by Northern Nerds. Today, there is no movie talk. No. Today, we are here to talk about a recent opportunity that landed on Nerdy Up North's lap. A mammoth opportunity. Some might say the mother of all opportunities. I'm joined today by Nerdy Up North's very own Paul and Jake to get the lowdown on all the juicy details that took place over the weekend. Hi, guys!
Hello.
Hi! What an intro! Bravo!
She did it!
Can we stop for a second? I'm just confused. Jake hasn't got a wine glass in his hand. What's happening?
Oh, he didn't bring that. He didn't bring that southern tone back with him, did he not?
I do not want to be hungover while I have to work the next day. That is my reasoning.
Good reasoning. So we're here today to talk all about the latest adventure that the guys from Nerdy Up North team went on, and to start off with, Paul is going to give us the lowdown, if nobody is up to date with what we're talking about, on how this all came about.
How did this happen? That is the question that everyone wants to know, and I'll be honest, I have not got a fucking clue. But yeah, no, sorry.
Great start to the interview there.
Yes.
He's lying already.
Yes. Well, I nearly went into like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rap saying, well, once upon a time.
I mean, if you want to rap it, I'm fine with it to be a rap.
No, this probably process starts, like, I would love to say it started like, straight off the bat, but it probably started like building the relationship probably over a year ago, just by like say chatting with and talking to other influencers. I hear that word, but I'm going to use it now because I had to sign a contract saying it.
Yep.
But yeah, like say other influencers, other cosplayers, other people in the nerd community, just building that rapport, building that relationship, getting our names out there, and getting our kind of message out there, or like just what we're about. And that was like the blueprints. And then, like say, we were lucky enough to get one of those people on the Nerdy Up North podcast. It was an interesting episode because we had to do it at a certain time because with time differences, we were very tired. But yeah, started by getting like say an amazing person called Taffeta Darling like on the podcast, and we kind of vibed with her and got on so well, and it was just like an easy conversation where nothing felt forced, and we've kind of kept that like relationship or like friendship growing from there, where she comes to us. I know she messages me to share stuff for her work. She messages Sammie to share stuff on like the TikTok on her stuff. So it's kind of like just basically growing like the trust, but also it comes from like say you guys who's watching us, you guys that likes on our stuff and like building that community and keeping the community on the basis that we wanted it to be, like say the free from the toxicity, free from the bullshit that comes with a lot of different fandoms. But and kind of like she reached out and was like it was like the weirdest conversation. It was like I've got something that's really cool. I'll put in Tafta's tone. I've got something that's really fucking cool. I can't tell you about it. You would need to sign an NDA. But can you be in London on the 20th of... it was the 20th, wasn't it? Yeah, 20th of this month. And that was about 3 weeks ago. Roughly about 3 weeks ago. And my first response was, I need to speak to Sammie. Because everything has to be run through the gaffer. Because Sammie, everyone thinks I'm the boss, but Sammie is the boss. She is the one that wears the trousers. Well, doesn't wear the trousers in the relationship.
Literally wearing them today. It's freezing today.
But yeah, and like say it was like Sammie went, I can't go. It was like, what is it? And I was like, I don't know. And I did the scariest thing I've probably done in the whole thing I've been doing for Nerdy Up North. I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
I said yes
so
without.
Pleased you did.
You were the yes man.
I was the yes man for once. I said yes to something that I didn't know. One, what it was about. 2, how we were going to get there. Because none of this had been arranged or sorted out. So I said yes. Taffeta was like, fucking A, I'm going to send these documents over to you straight away. And I got sent over the scariest motherfucking documents I have ever seen. I thought, shit, I am going to get everything taken off me. I'm going to get, I'm going to lose it. Because I'm not good at keeping secrets. Sammie knows how shitty I am at keeping.
He really isn't.
Because I can't lie. That's probably my fault. And like I say, I can't tell a lie.
No, you were just excited, and it was totally understandable. But I did get to a point where I was like, "You need to stop now, like now."
The fun thing is as well, you can go back and if you watch our last Tunes Up North episode, you can see the moment where Paul gets the little contract through. Because that was when you feverishly rang me like about an hour afterwards, where you were like,
yeah,
oh, it's Game of Thrones, like type of thing.
It's on, baby, it's on. But yeah, but yeah, signed the NDA here, then had one of the most easiest conversation I've ever had. And like, I know it sounds weird, like I had to wait for Taff to finish work, I had to finish recording tunes, and then we just sat downstairs and we video chatted each other, and she was sitting on a balcony being all like in Dallas, Texas, and like being absolutely one of the most
cool as fuck.
being cool as fuck, and here's me sitting on the couch going, I'm a bit tired, it's like kind of late at night now, but yeah. And she was just like, this is the thing, it's we've got this thing where she works at Heritage Auctions. We've got everything from Game of Thrones. The stuff's going to be there in London. It's going to be like a party. We want yous basically to promote, well, not promote, like help, like make it look. I'm trying to word it better
raise
awareness of it in, like, say, the UK.
Yeah.
She went, the reason why I've chose you guys is because 1, she knows us. 2, she likes us. And 3, she didn't know anyone else in the UK, so
hell yeah.
Oh, lucky us. When he must have recorded tunes on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I was recording Monsters at the same time.
Yeah.
And he was constantly on my phone saying, I need to talk to you. Like, I need to talk to you now. Like, fucking now. I ended up having to take my watch off because the buzzing in my wrist was getting on my nerves. Turned my phone around and I was like, I'll deal with them once I'm done.
Blanked Paul.
And I think we're on the phone from like 11 because I finished Monsters late. And we're on the phone for about like 11 onwards, and I couldn't attend. I couldn't do it.
I did beg. I did say this because
really did.
Because I like Game of Thrones. I'll be honest. Like, say, I've watched the show. I enjoyed it. But Sammie really loves Game of Thrones. This is her bag. This is her thing. So I wanted, and that put a lot of pressure on me as well. And I know she would never have put that pressure on me, but it did, because I wanted to do Sammie proud. I wanted for her to look at us and go, yes, you have done this right. You have done what I wanted you to do, or what you would have done. That was the whole thought process of everything I've been doing from. Because to be honest, like, we were only contracted to do, in theory, 4. No, actually, in all 5 videos. 2.
Yeah, it wasn't a great deal. Like, in the grand scheme of what we've done.
Yeah.
That kind of leads nicely into my next bit, is the work but beforehand. So the work that we did before, because for all, yes, I wasn't going to attend the event, and I was so happy that Jake was going to. I wanted to still be involved in the things leading up to it, and we had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, this is probably my proudest moment for Nerdy Up North, not just because of the work we've done, just of how the people, like everyone we told, wanted to be a part of it, and wanted to, like, it was kind of like they were happy for us. They wanted for us to do well. Like, it was almost like, and I hate using the analogy, the Lord of the Rings moment on the Fellowship, say, you have my axe, you have my bow. Everyone kind of stepped up and
wrong book.
like, say, everyone kind of stepped up, and like Adam done a rockin' theme tune that is
Amazing.
that's so good that Facebook keeps giving us copyright warnings every time I post the motherfucker.
I had a couple on TikTok where I had to leave a little gap, because if you leave a little gap, they can't pick it up. But
Right.
it initially kicked off with Jake's video, the shame video, which is one of my mother's personal favorites. She thought it was absolutely brilliant. Because bless Jake, while all this is going on, Jake's actually going on holiday.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I found out the week before, and the event was the day after I came back in the middle of the night. So technically the day I came back. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. I'm coming back just in time. I'll get 3 hours sleep and then I'll jump on the train to London. Because like you guys were saying, we haven't really had an opportunity this big before. And it really did feel like a culmination of we've earned this, therefore we need to seize it and make sure we do a good job and have fun as well, which we definitely did.
Yeah,
massively. It was a huge win for Nerdy Up North. Not just the people involved, but just the actual the whole premise of Nerdy Up North and why we started this in the first place. It was a huge win. It was massive.
Just put this into context as well. Say for Nerdy Up North, Isaac, who plays Bran Stark, now knows about Nerdy Up North. He knows about what we do. He knows about the podcast because Jake went, will you be a guest?
I told Paul he wasn't allowed to do that, and Jake backed me up, and then he goes and says it.
It felt like the right time, though, because he was like, we would have needed Nerdy Up North back when the last season was airing. And I was just like, just come on anytime you want. I told him he didn't even have to talk about Game of Thrones if he didn't want to, because he started talking about Star Wars after we mentioned that.
then someone brutally ripped him away from us. But
was Jake like, do you like Andor? Do you like Andor?
No, I didn't get a chance. But,
no. We agreed on what was the greatest Star Wars movie, though.
Phantom Menace.
No. Empire.
He likes Empire. I told him I like New Hope, so we were in the same ballpark. But no, that's the thing. I would never want to bother a celebrity. That's the other thing that sort of me and Paul and Nerdy Up North kind of guys are kind of we would never bother anyone because it's not the Northern way, is it? So
no, it's not. We're so calm. I would like to say we're so calm, cool, and collective, but I have seen the reaction out of Lee when he met the Wilden guy in Newcastle. Not the Wilden, the guy from the Wall, and literally did this. It almost looked cartoonish the way he came running down the stairs of Forbidden Planet, skidded, and stopped right in front of us just to tell us he was outside. So I would like to say that we are very calm, cool, and collective, unless you're Lee.
But that was, and again, I know it sounds weird. That was the whole thought process of inviting Jake as well. Because
I was hoping that someone who was going to go would keep him in check, not in check, but keep him calm, because I know how much he stresses. I know how much he would worry, and Jake is the perfect person to keep you so centered and so calm. So grateful that it was Jake who went with you.
I also know how to ride the rails as well.
Yeah, he didn't let us buy the Jaws Lego set though. He stopped us.
I've got video evidence of me stopping him.
Oh wow! But the work that went in beforehand was a combination of myself, Jake, Lee, Chris, Sarah did a video. There's Adam obviously did the song.
It was amazing, as I said, with the whole team ethos come together. Jake started the ball rolling with
you set the bar,
so basically, and I told her in person when we met her, but I basically ripped off the Game of Thrones historian's little style of TikTok. Obviously not as well informed, and I did put it together pretty quickly, can't lie. But I was like, okay, I need to get something out while I've still got time before I have to start getting ready for holiday and stuff.
So I was winding down for holiday.
So I was like, okay, do it, post it. There's one ready to go. And then you guys were got all professional and got the layout
There was
ready.
nothing professional about what we did that day.
No,
whoa. The layout and the looks, everything looks, yes.
That's totally, But honestly, it was the funnest Sunday I've had in such a long time. We weren't podcasting that day. It was just, we were on Zoom. There was me, Paul, Chris, and Lee, and we just randomly did little bits. And it was such a laugh.
Can I just say though as well, Lee was that excited by it. He went shopping and he made poor Bex go in the shop and he joined our Zoom while he was in the car.
Angry with him.
we were like, Lee, we're going to be here a while. Fuck off here.
go and help her with the shop. I was like, have you left her to go shopping by herself? But Chris, the one take wonder. My goodness, and it's the all right. Bye.
I was quite. I have to admit though, like bless everyone, because we're normally loosey goosey with a lot of stuff that we do. I was really and that sounds really bastard. I was a bit of a twat on that day because I was strict with everyone. I was like, right, we've got certain times we've got to hit because we want all these videos when we put them out. They're going to go out on all the platforms, and if you don't do it under 60 seconds. It can't go as a YouTube short, so we would fail on them views. So to try and say capitalize and basically spread us over every type of social media that we can. I was quite I know I tried one. It was a minute and a half, so I bless poor Sam and Chris laughing at me doing the fuck, mother, fuck.
Just to get it all out.
Just to get it out. So I've never been so nervous. I like to have certain stuff prepared, especially today I had everything prepared, and I realized that when we were doing them little shorts. But he's saying he was strict. He was absolutely class because I wrote one out, it went over a minute, and he was like, right, that was great, but we just need to strip it back a bit. And you were perfectly good at directing. You even said action.
Trying to get little openings and little closings. By the end of it, Chris and Lee were doing them within 30 seconds. It was it was so streamlined. But it's nerve-wracking because everyone thinks this is easy, or doing a little voiceover is easy. Because you don't want to come across as a twat, and you don't want to say something wrong, and you don't want to to bodge it. Or I know people say you can hours edit, and that's the thing we've learned to do. And this one thing that we've never really done at Nerdy Up North. I know other ones on the channel do, like Top Grumps and stuff, they do edit. We tend to go with our heart and with our gut, and it's kind of felt with this. It was kind of we needed to plan out, we needed to set times, we needed to put posts out on the morning, we needed to put posts out in the evening. We did visual posts, so it was again because we've never done anything, so we never got any direction from Taffeta or Heritage how they wanted our videos. I know with other people with Kelly, they wanted certain things, and they had to give sign off on her videos when she put them up. So they she wasn't allowed to post anything without their permission on, because it's understandable. Her reach is so amazing. It is as we said, she is the true expert, and I think it's one of them things. I would be terrified if I had her reach, just because of the things that would come back at you as well. But she handles everything with so even on the day, her confidence shone through. That woman. I know it sounds weird because we've known her for a little bit through the podcast, but that woman is so confident and so impressive. I am just in awe of Kelly. That's all I can describe. She just didn't get fazed by anything, even though she was probably the most excited kid in the sweet shop. But
I bet she was.
Yeah, but if she's watching this, or if she watches back, just to say, Kelly, honestly, you were amazing, and thank you for kind of taking us under your little wing, because I know we didn't feel like we were lost or out of place. But we were so far, me personally, I was so far in my comfort zone. You have no idea. But say, this little sweaty bald man in the northeast did well.
I did send her a message when you were on the train, and you said you'd bumped into her. I sent her a message saying, "Have a lovely day. Hope you enjoy the night. Please keep my guys in check. Please take care of them."
It was but yeah, no, like she was awesome to like work with as well, because in addition to like our videos and her videos being separate, we did like do sort of impromptu crossovers, and that was really nice to be like, oh, okay, so we don't have to have this like wall up between us because we have like different channels. Like, it was nice to collaborate with someone like in the moment or like unplanned and realize like, I mean, it's like the Nerdy Up North philosophy, isn't it? Like, you know, better together, basically. Like,
sharing, caring type thing.
Yeah, it was just nice to have that sort of mini little northern cluster
because it could have gone out. But it could have gone disastrous if you had somebody else who was very much, oh, this is my thing.
Yeah.
And I am keeping it as my thing, and you guys can't be involved in that. But I do not get that vibe from Kelly at all.
She's an ultimate professional, but honestly, the sweetest northern. I kept on like saying she is the canniest lass of like.
The canniest lass of all time.
But yeah, I've got a question for you, Sammie. I know you've got a few questions for us because we asked a question on the night, and I don't know if you would have answered this one. How many mini eggs would fill a dragon egg?
Oh, we had this conversation when we looked at that video the weekend, and I said, I actually thought you were going to ask how many Chris's would fit into the egg, but it turned out to be mini eggs. But yeah, I'd say about 1,000.
All right. Wow.
1,000 mini eggs. Because they're all different shapes and sizes. It's not all one size for a mini egg. You can get little ones, you get bigger ones. So I'm
like the Cadbury's company he is.
What do you mean? They're all one size.
So Nerdy Up North has been sued by Cadbury's by Sammie's.
Well, it's all right. The Scientologists are after us, so who gives a shit?
We're there. Let's look out the window. It's fine.
Swear to God, if a helicopter went over my house right now, I'd shit a brick. What was it like going from from the north down to the south?
I would have been useless if it wasn't for Jake. Jake, this was Jake's time to shine because my sense of direction and
we would have been so lost together then, because mine's even worse.
Navigation is just embarrassing. Like, but Jake was like, "Nope, this is not our train. Stop trying to get on this train." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, you did try and get on the 9 o'clock train instead of the 9:30 train, which would have been scary.
Well, this is how bad my sense of direction is. I was given the job at the weekend of directing my father to the forest camp that we were going to. I directed him to the actual forest.
You sure that wasn't just a murder attempt?
We drove a dirt road into the entrance of the forest.
Is that where the Blair Witch happened as well? Was it?
And I had to admit that I had the wrong thing in the sat nav and was like, you know when I said we were like 5 minutes away? Well, we're now 25 minutes away. You wouldn't have done very well with me either, my friend.
But that's the thing. I know I'm useless at that type of thing, so I'm devoid of ego. So I was happy to be like, say, for Jake to say, right, this is where we're going. All he asked is like, what would you want to do? Because we've got a few hours to kill. So we'll go to Leicester Square. We'll go to the Lego store. We'll go to the M&M store. On the way, we happened to walk past the Hard Rock, and as you do, I went, let's get a cocktail. So we went and had a cocktail in that Hard Rock, which was
delicious margarita.
Which was an experience to say that we've done that. Then I think the only issue we had, and again, it's with us being Northerners, we went to London and we didn't know where we wanted to eat. That was the thing. There was too much choice. There was far too much
northern trait.
There was just too much choice. We were like, well, we don't want to travel all the way down to London to go to fucking Pizza Hut. Sorry, I love pizza, but we weren't going to go to London for a Pizza Hut. So we walked through Chinatown. The smells were just out of this world, like amazing. We went past loads of pubs that looked like rougher than some of the East End in London. I mean, East End in the Northeast. And then we ended up just going, we're back to the hotel. And again, my anxiety and everything kicks in. I was like, right, we need to charge our phones to have 100% battery, because that was what we were going to be recording all the stuff on. So logical head kicked in, went, get the hotel, make sure everything, the equipment's all working, and test everything. So we got there and we were like, do we want to walk around? And by this time, like say, we've been, because it was hot. My God, was it warm?
We were sticky.
Yeah, so we got sorted out, cleaned up, and everything. got our hotel room sorted because they were going to give us just a double bed, so we had to make sure we had twin
Yeah.
as well.
We dodged the double.
Yeah.
At the last second.
You could have spooned and give
Yeah.
each other a.
No, Paul would have been on his phone all night.
Yeah.
You'd have been so annoyed.
Jake would have kicked us out and made us sleep in the baths. It's fine.
Knowing you, you probably would have gotten up to just go in the bathroom just to be out the way.
Like I say, that was the only really issue we had was trying to work out the thing. And Jake was just obsessed with getting his breakfast. He made sure that we got the breakfast the next day as well.
Continental breakfast.
I know it was a real one. Sorry.
But that was
well, had both.
Yeah. So the minute we hit the hotel, Jake's like, "We've got to pay for breakfast tomorrow. Let's go out. Oh, we've got to make sure we get breakfast. Go back. We're paying for breakfast now, Paul. Right.
They said it would be cheaper if we pre-bought the breakfast, and it would be 17. If you went down with our plan.
But yeah,
those pennies.
But no, that was the experience. But like I say, the big city, like I know it sounds
Paul
like
hated it.
I didn't hate it. I hated the people because, as Jake pointed out, I apologise to everyone. Literally, people were walking into us and I was saying sorry. I was hitting people with my bag. I was saying sorry. Literally, I was just like almost like dodging people and going, "Oh, sorry," just like being polite, and everyone was kind of looking at us.
Northern gentlemen.
Yeah, everyone was kind of looking at us, going, "Is this guy whack?" But yeah, but like the tubes was easy. Like everything was like, I know it sounds weird, like everything on this trip went so smooth. Like say, I'm still waiting for something to go wrong.
Like a bad luck.
And it's already over with.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the event itself.
Yes.
So you've done London, you've getting dressed, your phones are all charged, and you're about to head off to the event. Did you find the place okay?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got in the death trap that is a Tesla.
Oh shit!
We chanced it.
Well, we tried to get in the Tesla at first, but we couldn't work out how to open the doors.
No.
Oh, the silly little handles that you have to poke.
Like that.
Yeah, so it's like
it's like a Batmobile toy.
so the driver looked at us like we were kind of weird and does not use a door. These idiots. But
I'm from the northeast, mate. What do you expect?
Yeah, and then he spent 10 minutes driving like 3 roads across because it's London. So
my God, tell us about it. We took an Uber once to the Star Wars celebration, the big XL place.
Yeah,
and he drove on the opposite side of the road.
Whoa.
It was terrifying, and I don't think I'll ever Uber in London again.
Well, this was just like, stuck in traffic, stuck at lights, like too many people just there. But yeah, our thinking was we didn't want to get all like sweaty and hot on the walk down, and because it was still a mid-evening sun at that point. And then like we got out the Uber and then we saw it, didn't we? The velvet rope. That's how you know something fancy's happening.
And were you on the list?
We still don't know.
We met the people we were supposed to meet, and nobody checked our credentials exactly, but we had names and stuff to look for.
It was interesting because like when we walked up to the building, like it was just a London building, but like the window had like say the Game of Thrones logo sticking across, and you could see in. The bit we could see in initially was where they were making the hors d'oeuvres. So we saw like the chefs making stuff, and then they had the black sign saying Heritage Auctions Game of Thrones event type thing. And as Jake said, the rope was there, and we were just like, it's hot. I think we're about 20 minutes early because we're that northern.
Have to be on time. If you are 5 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late. Like.
Yeah, so we kind of just done a little bit of footage before, like standing outside, taking pictures next to everything, just making sure everything kind of looks and feels like we try. Honestly, we've filmed so much stuff that you haven't seen already. Like we've got footage of us walking around London, getting on the train. We've got footage of the train going by, like the stuff that we're going to be putting together.
Lego store shenanigans.
Yeah, Jake and the Lego store was hilarious, but yeah, and then always like we were in the middle of doing like say a bit, and that sounds like we were doing a bit, and all we heard was like Kelly going hi, running towards us because like totally spotting the shot, but totally like helping in the moment as well. So we like say helped her taking a few pictures and put like say like with her and stuff like that. And one of the nicest guys, I think he was American. I can't quite catch his accent. Just was like setting up and stuff. He was like, because we were talking to Kelly saying, "Oh, who do we meet? We need to meet Sarah and Nikki." And the guy was like, "Oh, I use the influencer guys." So we're like, "Oh, don't use that word, please."
I'm the one who said it.
But
Don't change the story. I was like, we're the influencers from up north.
but then
and then Kelly and Paul were both like,
yeah.
Jake throwing truth bombs out there.
But yeah, that kind of happened, and he was like, "Oh yeah, come in early." So we were actually the first people that were allowed in the building as well.
Oh, cool.
And Sarah came up to meet us, and honestly, like I know, like everyone was so lovely and nice to us, but she was super friendly. Like honestly, one of the nicest people that I've actually met. And like say, like Kelly was asking about her name because like say she was Italian as well, and then we start meeting the money, the people, the rich people, the good stuff, the rich people, who like
the big shots.
Yeah, who were great and friendly as out, but they didn't care. They were like, use it here. This is the stuff, and just basically was like, great. We'll go around and take pictures and film. And like, luckily, with us being the first one, because the room was quite small, it was only like you could. I would say you would probably fit about 20 people comfortably in that room, and there was much more than that by the end of the night. But yeah, and just being in awe of TV history. That's the only way I can describe it. Like the things that we saw that day, and you've seen the videos. They were so well crafted. They were so put together. Like one of the dresses had like. Again, if you ask the top of my head, I know if Kelly was here, she would tell you the exact dress. One of the dresses had blood stains from like one of the scenes where one of the actresses has been killed. Daenerys's had her death dress there. Tyrion had his little suit there. They had a King's Guard outfit. They had the Mountain's helmet. They had all these beautiful items. And again, a lot of people think, oh, they're just props and they won't be made as well as real stuff. No, like the corset that like Cersei wore.
Cersei's dress, the red dress.
Yes, and that like say the foil and the metal like thing, everything. To like I think I got a close up. It's on one of the videos I posted yesterday. The tiny little details and the minute little details put in it, it's just mesmerizing that they went to these lengths.
Yeah. Well, what was your favorite piece? Like just one piece out of all of them. What is your favorite piece? And then you can talk about all the rest of them if you want to.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let Jake go with this one.
I think overall, like I loved all the little trinkets and stuff. Like there was they had all of the different currencies from like every different like city and stuff that has their own like coin and stuff. That all the small scale stuff was really like interesting to look at because you could like really like see the craftsmanship. But I would say like Daenerys's dress with like the metal dragon sash. I think that was probably the most impressive thing, and that had like stab wounds in it. Because I don't think I'd ever put that together in my head. I was like, it's probably CGI when they like. When they damage stuff, you know, like in TV shows.
Yeah.
Like obviously I know they're not like, you know, stabbing anything through anything, but you would just assume that like after the fact it would just be like CGI or it would be something like stuck over the top. But it's like no, they've actually like pierced a hole in for realism's sake, like in the actual clothes. And like Paul said, there was the bloodstained one where it gone all blue because obviously like the fake blood had like dyed it, and so it was like a weird like bluey color.
Was it Marcella's dress?
Yes, it was Marcella's. That was the one. Yeah,
like the night dress sort of.
It's the last dress she wears before she drinks the poison.
Yeah,
or has got the poison.
So just like little things like that, where you were like, oh, someone like there was lots of artistry that went into this stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like Daenerys's, because I think like that's like a coolest outfit really, when she's like, you know, all like, you know, decked out for battle, you know, like leading the army type of thing. It was just really cool to see some of that stuff in person and be like, yeah, I did see that on television and now it's in the room with me.
Yeah.
But I, you know, not that I would have done, but I didn't touch anything. I had no urge to touch anything. I was very respectful of the props. Didn't want to mess anything up.
Good for you, because I'd be, first of all, I would have cried the entire time I was there. So I would have been in absolute state.
You would have had a nice like area around you probably, like where people would like stay in a way.
I would have created the space because of how hysterical I would have been. Tyrion's suit alone from his wedding to Sansa, that would have absolutely floored us. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to keep my composure. So you're pretty lucky I didn't go with you. I probably would have ruined your experience.
It would have been some interesting footage, I'll put it that way.
It would have been fucking hilarious. If you want to watch a fully grown woman have a full-on meltdown, I would have done you proud. Go on then, Paul. What was your favorite all-time piece?
I was really excited that Needle was there, but that wasn't my favorite piece when I saw on the night. And because when we were walking around, we got to experience all the little pieces. It was like, and I didn't expect it to have such an impact, but when I saw them, because you see them on the show and they're really like quite like just there, and like you don't really notice them that much, but the detail in them, and they're such like small little details, but they're absolutely perfect. They're little markers that they put on the map, where like it's got the like the wolf and they've got the lion's head
for the war table.
For the
is this Daenerys's war table, or is this Joffrey's?
I don't know who.
Probably Joffrey's. You know, like I think it's like around that time where they're kind of like plotting against all the good guys. You know,
so like the clash of like the five kings kind of thing.
Let's say the Starks are here. Like say the Lannisters are here. And the detail in them, and they're just little wooden pieces, and they were beautiful. And like, if you check out the video we did, like me and Jake done some quite close-ups of them as well. They're just magnificently put together, and I can't describe how just beautiful and just like in awe. I know it sounds weird saying this, like everything that we were doing that day, like being there, was so overwhelming. That we were in this presence of like thing, it's hard to take in. And when you look back and see, I know, like say, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, it's basically a wet dream. It's like everything is what you want to be there, and everything is just above what you expect. That's probably the best way I can describe it. You expect like a certain level. This level of detail and this level of craftsmanship is. I've never seen it like because we live in the north. We see castles, we see armor, we see chainmail and stuff like that. That's real. This was better.
Yeah, because it's like it's fantasy, isn't it? So it's it's like one step above like what you like, you know, practical armor.
It's so elevated. It's such it's so elevated because remember it's got to go on television and on screen and stuff like that. But you are in the presence of television history. We may have a lot of feelings when it comes down to the show itself, especially the last season, but we will always have the first season to wherever you got to that annoyed you, to look at the greatness that this show did. Like this set a bar, like a huge fucking bar, and the everything from the costumes, even the little coins that use recorded, like the details of it is unreal.
Well, like the coins were all different as well and had heads and tails, like, so that's not something you would ever pick up in the show, but like it was actually the like thought about it and designed it. And yeah, like I think you hear so many stories from like productions about how you like trick the viewer, you know, like or you use like standard definition and to hide sort of things, like you've talked a lot about how makeup is different in the HD era. You've got to like almost reinvent like the art, but but I just had no idea they would have actually like done wood carvings, because in my mind I was like, well, that's probably just like, you know, a plaster cast or something, like a, you know, like
Yeah.
something put in a mold that's like lightweight, and if you break it, you can just make another one.
I think in all honesty, and this is just probably me and how, you know, what I love and what I've seen. Lord of the Rings kind of set a bar, like in the movies, that is, of the detail that went into their armory, that went into their props and stuff like that. And I feel like Game of Thrones has taken that and went, we're just going to do it even better. But it's nice to know that for all we have such an issue with certain writing parts, that they didn't, that the, you know, the guys behind the scenes within costumes, within props, within armory have all taken it so fucking seriously. Like they put it, and it's love that's being put into them.
And I suppose that's what this was like. Like when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, yeah, they're selling all the props and stuff. But it really was like more of a celebration and a showcase for like how hard like people behind the scenes worked on the show. Because like you say, like it might not have hit this big if it didn't have all these like iconic outfits. Like, I mean, when you're watching the show, it wasn't something you were like thinking about. You weren't like, what's gonna be, what you're gonna wear for this event. Like, you were just sort of like hitting the face with it when it happened. But like, you know, after the fact, you can appreciate like, you know, all the different like costumes everyone did.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, because Monsters has really made me look at things, look at movies, and look at things completely different, and in respect to the work behind, not just the writing of it and, you know, the story. It's all the work that goes into it behind it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I even looked at this like I do since I've been doing Monsters, but now it's like, oh,
the only thing I can probably compare it to, like an experience wise, is I know it, like I said, the Harry Potter like studio walk when you go down there and you see behind the scenes. That one, and that sounds like I'm not dissing Harry Potter or anything like that. That one is a little bit disappointing compared to this.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because a lot of the things are objects behind green screen, and they show you how it kind of works and everything. I know there's probably a lot of green screen there, but the level and detail that we saw this weekend is so far above what I experienced when I went there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I suppose there's less, like, that's what I was saying, like you expect TV shows and movies to trick you with like visual elements where, you know, they don't need to make like, you know, all of the swords because you can CGI something together. But like, I guess for this, it must have been part of their philosophy to be like, no, we'll actually design things. And like we were saying, over design them as well, because like the outfits aren't practical.
No.
And like, you know,
God, no.
They don't really map to any like real historical time period, but they're for us to enjoy as like fantasy. And like, when you look at the outfits in Lord of the Rings, they're apart from like, you know, the fancy armors, like the regular clothes are quite normal, or it's like, you know, things thrown together with some nice accessories. But this was like, no, this is like another world's sort of like items. Like, it doesn't map to anything in like our world. It was really interesting to look at.
What I appreciate about Game of Thrones, and especially the costume side, is everything is designated to the area that they're in. So all the Northmen would look the same, all the South would look the same. You know, the Tullys, the, you know, the Dornish, they would all look like as they were, and they never missed any continuity with that at all. Their costumes were so on point. Like Tyrion's wedding outfit, the colors in it is so similar to Cersei's red outfit. I'm sure that's the one she wore for his wedding. So they all kind of match together. It's just them details. They were so really good at them details.
Yeah, which you maybe don't notice in the moment, but you like you appreciate them being there after the fact.
Yeah, because there's so much going on, you know. People getting killed and shit like that.
Talking about like love and like care and stuff like that, because before we went, I can't get my words out now. Sorry. Before we went live, Sammie asked us a question. So about how we got a certain video for her, So and there is and it is a little story behind it as well. So if you haven't seen as well, on Sammie's personal page, and I think we put it on Instagram as well. We got
It's
Isaac,
everywhere.
yeah, we got Isaac, who plays Bran Stark from Game of Thrones, to give Sammie a little message, and like, we were quite lucky in this situation because the poor lad, like say, he was the friendliest bloke as well, but he was getting pulled from pillar to post. Everyone wanted their like 5 minutes of peace with him, but like say, I kind of how it came about was I took advantage of a situation. So yes,
Okay.
so Kelly, the Game of Thrones historian, was introduced to Isaac, and she was busy taking selfies like this, like there. I went, "Oh, Kelly, would you like me to take the photo for you?" So, introduction me into this space. So
Hang on, didn't I end up taking the photo?
No. I took this one. You're not taking credit for this one. I got this one.
I did take some photos of people, I think, with them.
Yeah. So I took a picture with Kelly and Isaac. Like same thing. I think it was the one that she posted on a story today as well. So they basically got a nice little selfie with them, and she went, "Oh, thank you." She did a little interview with Isaac with her phone, recorded him, and I kind of like just leant in a little bit closer and joined in the conversation, like edged my little way into there, and then Kelly like went round and stood taking pictures, and I was like, "Oh, hi." So I'm Paul from Nerdy Up North. This is Jake from Nerdy Up North, and we kind of give him the spiel about what we are, what we do. And he was like loving it. He, as Jake said, he was kind of like, "Oh, I could have really done with this type of group or these type of like what you're trying to do with the end of Game of Thrones, because I got so much shit with the ending." And I was like, "That's just toxic fandoms all over the place."
And we don't do that.
No, and it's like everyone's allowed an opinion, but you don't shout down people's opinions. And then he was like saying, "Oh yeah, like Jake make the joke about coming on." Oh no, not just yet, because he was talking about saying getting his girlfriend into Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
So then
Paul went full nerd mode and was like, "Which one did you start with?"
So I was good. So I asked a sensible question. I was good. So what film did you start with? Thing, and he went, "Oh, did you start with the prequels or did you start with the release order?" He went, "Oh yeah, I started with A New Hope. I'm not daft." That was his words, not mine. So
okay, Isaac.
It's not the first one, Sammie.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like says, as we were having the Star Wars conversation, someone grabbed him and said, "Can I take a picture?" We were like, "All right, then we're going to lose our moment here if we don't take it." So I was like, "All right." And I went, so I told Isaac all about you. I went, "We've got a friend. She's my co-host on the podcast. She is the Game of Thrones nut. She loves you. She loves the show. She's devastated she can't be here. If I can be so bold to ask you to do a little video message." And he was like, "Yeah," and he didn't even blink an eyelid. He was like all up front. He was like, "Yeah, just tell us what you want us to say." Just I was good. "Oh, just say, Sammie, wish you were here." She's and like I told her that he was with you at a cabin with your parents, and then he went into full spiel. He did everything himself, and it was, I know it, like you can get disingenuous and thing, but he was genuine. He wanted Sammie to be there.
It was so sweet.
Or he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But either way, we love him for it.
It was so sweet. Because I'd getting post like things during the day, because we had this agreement that if something was going out on one social, it'll go out on the other, and I run the Nerdy Up North TikTok one. So as soon as Paul put something up, he sent it to me and I put it up on TikTok, so we're all kind of like in sync with each other. And this one came up and I just took one look at the picture and just slid me phone to me dad and went, "You check that one first, please," because I didn't want to lose my shit straight away. And then my dad was like, "You need to come and see this," and I was like, "Oh," I literally screamed the bar down that I was sat in at the time.
Were you worried just in case Paul had like played a trick on you and was like,
"Maybe
say hi to Sammie's mom?"
Because he knew I was with my mum. Yeah. She would have been fucking buzzing. She would have been absolutely buzzing.
Missed me chance there.
Missed an opportunity. No, it was so sweet. It kind of like, because I have said, and I would have said it to his face, that I felt like Bran was always going to end up in the place that he was meant to be, which I did think he was going to be king. I just don't think they went the right way around it, especially with Bran's storyline. But I think it was such a sweet moment. Thank you.
And as I said, let's be honest, we wouldn't be in this moment, we wouldn't be in this place, or we wouldn't be anywhere doing these things if it wasn't Sammie, who is, like say, the biggest driving force of what Nerdy Up North is and about.
I don't think all these cool women would come on the Beady Man show either. Like, I think Sammie facilitates a lot of the cool guests.
But just like take that for a second as well, because one thing we are all about is equal quality and stuff. But one of the things we wanted to do this podcast or thing about, and this is probably where Sammie's going to get a little bit emotional. She is doing it for the women. Like, I know we've got the Women's of Nerd pop culture. She is out there week in, week out, doing different things for the nerd community, giving women a voice that probably haven't had a voice before. And again, I don't think she realizes how special that is. So for me to say this to you, well done, Sammie, and thank you for helping us get this opportunity.
And I want to say as well, though, like, but well done, Paul, because you have gotten us many opportunities in like similar veins, or like, you know, similar guests and things. And it's all because you're sitting there grafting away in those messages, and, you know, like on the socials. Like, nobody else does as much as you on that front. I wouldn't be able to do it personally if like roles were reversed. I would just totally fail at it and stuff. So if you didn't do that, like, this whole thing would have fallen. It would have fallen apart years ago
if we didn't have him working as hard as he does. Like, I've said this a million times, and I say it to him all the time. It is all because of him. I may have given the idea, but he certainly went and put the fucking graft in to make sure that the idea that I had came. I'm going to stop crying. I can't. Sorry, 2 minutes.
But Paul, you should go to sleep sometime.
I mean, it would be nice if you slept.
That's the advice I'll give you.
I can't find me octopus.
Sleep is for the worst. Sleep is for... While Sammie pulls herself together, we have had a few questions in the chat as well. Yes, Molly, we will be doing a vlog day of our day in London. There will be a non-vlog. I am going to attempt to do a voiceover for that as well. So that I sent my first voice note to Graham this week, so that was painful enough. So you're going to have me. Wow. Yeah, you're going to have me doing because if you ever try and communicate with Graham doesn't communicate through text. If he sends you a text, he just says honk. If he
but if he wants to get the point across, he'll send you a really long voice note.
Yeah.
Does this mean you're going to dub over me and stuff though? Like, I'm not sure I like you having all the editing powers over the vlog.
I'll say,
guys, look over here.
What I might do is do my video, then I'll give Jake the footage and say, do your video.
I do trust you.
Oh my god, no, I've just dropped my octopus. Do the 2 point of views. So Paul's point of view could be completely different to Jake's point of view, but the same video.
No, we were in sync, man. We were on the same wavelength.
Beth's asking as well as, what animal would the House of None be?
I've been thinking about this
a mogwai?
While I was trying to. Well, a few years ago, I would have agreed with you because it was the biggest question in Nerdy Up North. Like, what happens when you piss on a mogwai?
They get told to fuck off.
It's solved anyway by chemistry.
They get fucking blocked.
We're live. I can't even cut this bit out. Sit.
I don't want to fucking cut it out.
We don't really have any like Sunderland animals, do we? Like
a squirrel.
You guys like cats a lot.
Yeah, I know, but you've already give Kelly the cat. That's the thing. Yeah,
about a cat dog.
Cat dog. We're from the north, so we'll adopt the Stark banner. We'll bow to the King of the North.
Which is very hard for me to do, given that my Lannister ties. But I do get it. Like
Or you can go beyond the wall.
We are not beyond the wall. I mean, I'm part beyond the wall,
Yeah.
but we are. So we talk about this a lot of where we are within the Game of Thrones map. And we are the north, so we are the Starks.
Yeah.
So in Scotland is the north, and then further up Scotland is the Wildlands, and then down south, down south. Yeah, me and Dan always.
Bastards.
Well, I would be a snow, because I was a bastard when I was born. It took a few years for me to be legitimized. So I would have been a snow. Yeah, me and Dan talk it in Game of Thrones context when we had Zara on. We were like, so in the Game of Thrones map, you would be a Tully,
right?
And obviously Dan's the Lannister because she's Dan Seth.
Yeah.
And I'm from the north. Yeah, this is how we introduced ourselves to Puazara, is where do you fall on the Game of Thrones map?
It helps though, because people in America don't really know how close or far apart anything is in the UK.
But that was
I don't know much about the US either, so it's fair.
Because that was the conversation with Taffeta. It was like, how quickly can you get to London? Well, I was getting well, it depends.
3 hours, but it costs hundreds of pounds. We're sorry.
But yes, all I can say is, what a fucking experience! Once in a lifetime. I'm glad I got to share it with Jake, but I feel like I shared it with you as well, Sammie. I don't think, and again, we shared it with Lee, we shared it with Chris, we shared it with everyone who's basically put up with it. Like, thank you so much for everyone.
Thanks for all the support and the shares, but I really did feel like I was part of that weekend for all I was not there. Like, I got your pictures of you in the bloody M&M shop. I was like, oh my god, how much money can they spend in this shop? Yeah, so I felt like I was amongst it. I didn't feel like I'd been left out, and even though like it was your weekend, you could have just done use, and I would have been totally cool with that.
There was a couple of times Sammie did like a three-eyed raven thing and like possessed one of us to walk around. It's really cool.
Damn it!
Damn
it!
We did not see any ravens, luckily. We had no ill omens over our trip or anything.
Well, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I guess. I hope you guys enjoy you've been interviewed. I'm trying to improve my interviewing skills because, the shit.
No, you're very polite and welcoming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Fine.
I mean, next time I interview somebody, I hope I don't cry on them. So,
well, like I said, one up, I made you cry. That's fine.
Do you know what? It's been a long time. I haven't done it in a long, long time.
Yeah, the boys like to bully you into crying, don't they, on the podcast?
No, it's just when you tell super fucking sweet stories or say super sweet nice things, and I'm like, oh god.
To be fair though, I've got no nasty stories to tell you. I can start making shit up. Let's think of lies I can make up about Sammie. Let's start that truth. But yes.
How are you, man?
He's doing that thing. He's the little finger now. He's changed character.
Oh my god, it's Varys and Littlefinger, and you went down to London together.
Yeah,
I did see his outfit with his little paper mustache. Because that was an interesting.
As well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was interesting though, because they had like paper hair, so you could get the image. Yeah. But it was very nicely made, like wavy lines and stuff.
Very artsy. But I loved seeing Peter Baelish's suit with the mockingbird on the lapel, and because it wasn't for Ollie's a dick, it was a very stylish. He always dressed like some sort of form of Star Trek villain.
Yeah, he's a very watchable dick. So I enjoyed.
Oh yeah, and his death
screen.
was one of the best deaths in Game of Thrones. Loved it, perfection. But that is me all out of questions. No. Unless there's anything you want to add from the event that you haven't already brought up.
Just like all the people involved, like Heritage Auctions, like Taffeta, like Sarah, like everyone that spoke to us and dealt with us, like even Kelly. Thank you, like a massive thank you from us. It was very humbling for us as well. I know it sounds silly, like experience it, but seeing different, different ways of life, different. Where people do the content from not saying right or wrongly. There's different ways of people doing their things, how we do our things, where we stand on those things as well, and having people enjoy, and people say to us as well, like, I know it sounds really weird, they've really enjoyed our videos, because a few people did say that at the event, and that, again, just them little touches just makes like all the effort and all the stuff that we do kind of like it validates us, and that's the thing with Nerdy Up North that we're doing, because we do have ups and downs, and I know I scared a few of you the other week, but and I do still hold my hands up and apologise. I thought it was a funny gag. I'll still laugh at it.
It was, but the timing was absolutely shocking. Because he could have gotten away with literally generally 2 weeks of nothing and just being able to chill out. But at that very moment, the biggest opportunity of the year comes up, and he's like, God fucking damn it, I can't even get 2 weeks break.
The biggest opportunity of the year so far.
So far, that's the thing. That's as I said, hopefully, this is what I'm hoping now. It just gives us that little impetus, that little confidence boost as well.
Yeah.
It's
to say the yes.
Yeah, not just to say the yes, because a lot of the times we do, like, when we have conversations saying, should we send this message to this person? Should we reach out to these people? Should we try and start this conversation? How do we start this conversation? It's more now saying how it's like we should be having the conversation saying, I've sent this message, I've tried communicating with this person, I'm going to this thing. So it's being more like rather on the back foot, on the front foot for us.
Being brave.
Well, we got
brave is the word.
We literally were invited in, and it was good to get that validation. You know, like have the invite. Like we weren't begging to go.
No.
Like honestly, we didn't even know it was happening.
And to be honest, if it
was revealed to us,
if it wouldn't have been for Kelly and me following her on TikTok and watching her, I wouldn't have known this was a thing at all.
Yeah, exactly. But like we got to see how companies kind of like do these deals. We got to see other people's videos, you know, like our peers in the sort of content creation part of things. And yeah, we were let in, like, you know, and it would be great to have more opportunities, which we'll just have to keep grafting for. But we did literally achieve something. We weren't like hangers on. We weren't like, you know, we didn't like pay to get in and, you know, just hang about in the corner. Like we were actually
meant to be there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as I
well
said,
done, guys.
But yeah, like I say, not just us guys, well done Nerdy Up North, well done the community, well done to Goodwill, well done to Graham, well done to Kirsty, well done to Adam, well done to Sarah, to Becca, everyone, Lee, Chris, Molly, Beth, Donna, Nicole, Amanda, Kelly, all these people, like, and I could just keep naming people, like even Dave Hope, even like people who's gone, like people who's been a part of this journey or a part of like the building blocks of what we're building. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to achieve. It's not. I'm not going to do this by myself. I'm not going to do this with just Sammie. I'm not just going to do it with Jake. It's the community. We move together as an army. We don't move together as a one. And I know we joke about, we are a fucking cult. It's as simple as that now.
It's official, like, guys, we can't hide it anymore. Like we kind of skirt around the fact that it didn't happen.
You're all drinking the Kool-Aid, bitches. Let's get on with it.
You've been doing it for 3 fucking years, so
can it be the cool nice. Can it be the cool ice zombie Kool-Aid that turns into cool ice zombies?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be very on brand for us, given that we're in the north. Like
but yeah, just to say a big thank you to everyone, and like I say, we do not take this shit lightly. This is the thing. I know people do get big-headed or the ego is getting inflated, and we've experienced it like within the community, within like what we do. We very much try and keep our feet firmly. I try and keep everyone's feet firmly on the ground. Like say, people like joke and say, "Oh, you're too harsh on this guy. You're too nasty to this person." There's reasons why we do these things, and there's reasons why we want to stay humble and we want to stay, like I said, like we want to keep it where everyone is included. Everyone can do their own thing.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
we-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we also want to keep it a safe,
Mhm.
a safe environment for people. That was the main thing when it came down to the community building, was that there was a safe place to have conversations, to be, you know, have your point, but maybe you disagree with someone else's point, but you can still have them conversations. Yeah, my bit.
Yeah.
And I think this was like a step up towards being more professional as well. Which like
Yeah.
I know like everyone, like we've always tried to like be as professional as possible. But there's never really been a reason to step anything up, because we just haven't sort of had an opportunity that warranted like you know, much in that regard. But
I get that.
I think this has taught people a few lessons where, like, you know, we probably will tighten the screws on some shows and be like, no, we should, you know, put more effort in to be like more professional and stuff. But it's a good thing.
It's because these opportunities, like, we've been noticed, so now let's, you know, show everyone else what it is that we do.
We don't want to like drop the ball or stumble immediately and then
exactly
never get any other chances.
Exactly.
Coming this Sunday, let's see what we can fuck up. But yes,
coming this Sunday is going to be a great episode because we have great guests on. So
yes,
can't fuck that one up unless Kelly, but I doubt it.
Don't you put that on me? Pretty bad. But yeah, the only person that's going to fuck this up is me, and like I say, I haven't dropped the ball yet, so hopefully we can continue. But
you
yeah,
would say sorry if you did at least.
You'll get an apology.
At least you'll get that. True northern gentleman there.
I don't apologise to everyone though, but yeah. So yes, thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's like middle of the week, random nights. We did no prep or like say advertisements for this. We just went balls to the wall. We were actually originally just going to record this and put it out when we won, but we thought, no, we'll do it live.
Put it out live.
Practice. Like you guys had your little improv sesh that I missed out on while I was on holiday.
We need to get together and do something like that again because it was so much fun.
Be nice to have a reason to, but yeah.
But I just wanted to round up your whole experience and just be able to sit down with both of you at the same time to talk about it. And this seemed perfect. It's not too far, you know, it's giving you a chance to recuperate and, you know, and get your thoughts together. It's a
document
lot.
as well, because you know we're gonna keep getting older. We'll probably forget the videos we've made.
Oh my gosh! Imagine Jake sitting in the retirement home at 80 and it's like
loading up our like
memories.
terabyte hard drives because YouTube's been like burnt to the ground, and we're just like, oh, look at these oldies.
I have got an ending quote though. Okay, so I'm not going to like end it the normal way. I'm going to end it the way just for everyone to take stock of this comment as well. I got a message from Taffeta yesterday, okay, saying you guys have been amazing, loving the videos. On your CVs now, you can put on you have worked for HBO. You can put on you've worked for Heritage Auctions. You've worked for Game of Thrones. You've put content out for them, and we can use those as references.
Excellent.
Take that in a second. Yeah.
I'm gonna get on TV with that information.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm on TV, pa. But yes.
Isn't that what we do every week?
But yes, think about that for a second, though. How much of an experience?
And long may they continue.
Yes. So I'll let Sammie
sign us out, my friend.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Stay nerdy, everyone.
Bye.